So everybody knows about Krispy Kreme donuts. They are delicious. They are yummy. But what you may not know is there is a new business here in NoCo in northern Colorado, and they are called Manuel Malasadas. Did I get that correct?
You did.
All right, cool. I got that correct.
job.
We were like talking before we started recording, and that was a hard one to say, but it is, you guys are actually going by the Hawaiian Donut Company.
Yep, you can find us everywhere at the Hawaiian Donut Company. So on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, that's where we're at.
Awesome. Now, I know when I first heard like Hawaiian donut, my first thought was, what are Hawaiian donuts? So I'm sure everybody here is like wondering, what the heck is a Hawaiian donut? What makes it different? Like, is it just like a regular donut? Is it made different? What makes a Hawaiian donut different than, say, like your typical Krispy Kreme?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's pretty cool. So they're called malasadas. And what makes them different than the traditional donut is they're slightly less sweet. So they're not full of sugar, and they're made fresh every day. So it's not something that's just sitting on the shelf. I have to make it fresh every day. We get up at like 4 a.m. It takes us 5 hours to make the dough and get it all prepared. And then we cook them to order. So you're not getting anything that's been sitting for any amount of time. It is fresh out of the fryer. We don't cook it until someone orders it, and then we make it to order. So you get to customize it any way you want. You get to choose what sugar you want to coat the outside. You get to choose what filling you want to fill the inside. And so, yeah, it's a little different. It's a lot of fun, and you have a lot of creativity when designing your order.
Awesome. I love that. So instead of like hot and fresh, like Krispy Kreme, usually hot and fresh is like at 8 o'clock in the morning. And then as the day drags out, it's not so much hot and fresh. It's just there. You know what I mean? You just grab a snack. But you guys are actually making these fresh to order. So you say they're a little less sweet. So how much like less sugar do you happen to know, how, like less sugar on like your typical donut? Because there's thousands of different kinds of donuts. You can go to King Soopers or Safeway or Walmart, and those are all different. And
Right.
Krispy Kreme is different from those. So what is different about the malasadas?
Well, I mean, in one batch, it's only, I don't know what it is per donut basis, but one batch, it's only 4 cups of sugar for the whole batch for the day. So, I don't know what that breaks down to for a donut, but it's a subtle sweet. Like you can even use the malasadas for pulled pork sliders or sandwiches, things
Okay.
like that. So we've done that before where sometimes we'll take them home and or like if we have a lunch venue, we'll do like pulled pork sliders with the malasadas. I don't think you can really do that with a traditional donut. It might taste a little weird. It might be good. I don't know. But because the malasada is traditionally like less sweet, you can kind of play with it like that.
Okay. And you mentioned there's a lot of like combinations and there's a lot of creativity when you make the order. So what kind of goes into the creativity? Because I'm sitting here thinking like my mind is thinking just the regular glaze. And so instead of just a regular glazed Krispy Kreme donut, you got a malasada. But you mentioned that there's a lot of creativity and a lot of different things you can do with the order. So what is the, I guess, different things that people can order from you, or what can they expect on their order?
Absolutely. So there's 3 steps. You get to choose the quantity, whatever amount you want. Then you get to choose what sugar you want to coat on the outside. We have plain sugar, powdered sugar, cinnamon, and lahing, which is like a sweet and sour plum sugar.
Oh,
Pairs the best
okay.
with fruit flavors, I would say. And then you get to choose whatever filling you want. We have over 20 different fillings to choose from at one time. Some of my favorites are lilikoi, which is a pineapple passion fruit. We have halpia, which is coconut. We have guava. We have peach mango. And then we have some more different flavors like Nutella or s'mores, cookies and cream. So we have a huge range of flavors that we provide. And you can even mix 2 fillings together and do like a half and half. So if you think banana strawberry would taste good together, you can do that. Some people do lemon blackberry, or they do banana and peanut butter. So you can kind of play with it however you want.
So you guys are like the Baskin Robbins of like the donuts. I love it. I love it. My mouth is sitting here watering just like thinking about it. And I literally just ate like 15 minutes ago, and I'm already like getting hungry again.
It's a problem. It's a problem.
So these are a Hawaiian donut, and we're in Colorado, so we got the mountains. What made you want to start a Hawaiian Donut Company. Are you from Hawaii? Did you travel down there? Like, what's the story on why you wanted to open up a business and serve Hawaiian donuts?
Absolutely. I wish I was from Hawaii. I love the beach so much. I grew up in South Carolina by the beach. It is just my favorite thing ever. But I visit Hawaii a lot, and so does my family. We have a lot of friends out there. And so this particular visit, we went to the Big Island on the Kona side. And we saw this little blue and pink truck on the side of the road. It's called Manuel's Malasadas. And we were like, that looks really good. So we don't normally stop at food trucks, but it was just so bright and cute that we were like, let's check this out. So we stop and we check it out and we get some malasadas. Never heard of them before, but we try them. It's the best freaking donuts we had ever had. They were so good. And we just could not stop thinking about them. We were like, this is so good. And being in a landlocked state, I've always been looking for some type of tropicalness to bring to Colorado.
Yes.
Just because I need those beach vibes. I need the tropical vibes. And so we reached out to the owner and we asked her, hey, is there any way that we can bring this to Colorado? Just kind of bring a little bit of joy and like the Hawaiian lifestyle to Colorado. Because I feel like we need it here because we don't have a beach. And she was like, she wasn't like, yeah, absolutely right off the bat. She's very picky on who she works with.
Okay.
And we had to go through a whole interview process and we had to learn her ways. And once she determined that we were a good fit to represent her brand and her recipe that's been in her family for over 100 years.
Oh, wow.
It was passed down to her by her grandparents. So this is her legacy. She's very protective over it. When she knew we'd represent her brand properly here in Colorado, she was like, yeah, let's do it. So we're partnered with her and we brought her malasadas here. So we feel very honored.
Awesome. That is a remarkable story. Like you went somewhere,
Yeah,
there was this, like very local, very niche. This isn't like some company that's nationwide. Like you had to go directly to the source, which is in Hawaii. Now, talk to me about that process.
Yeah.
Because you said like you had to kind of learn. So did you have to like extend your Hawaii trip? Did you have to go back? Was it over Zoom? Like how'd you like understand the process and then kind of go through the interview phase? So then that way you could kind of become, I'm going to say like a franchise owner of Manuel Malasadas, but I mean, it's not a massive franchise at all.
No,
so what was that process like?
Well, it was kind of like becoming a part of a family. She refers to any of the people that she works with or partners with as her ohana. And she's very, very particular who she works with. Like, there's been people that come to her and offer her, like $1 million. And she's just like, no, like, I have to like you. And, I have to know that you're going to take my brand seriously and represent it properly. So we mainly did it over Zoom. At one point, wants to come down to Colorado and actually kind of help us in person, but she's crazy busy. She has over 30 locations in Hawaii. And so one day she'll hopefully come down. But yeah, we did stay a while in Hawaii to learn from her. And then because of like just how far we are, we did a lot of stuff over Zoom, a lot of long conversations, a lot of getting to know each other, and then a lot of training. And then she actually also, we can reach out to any of like the other people that are also doing this because they've been trained by her. So it really is like a family. Like everyone's here to like support you, and be like, hey, we did this and it works. And hey, we did this and this works. And so it doesn't really feel like a business or like a franchise. It really feels more like a family that's coming together to just make malasadas and bring a little bit of happiness to people's day.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, you mentioned it was a pink and blue truck.
It is.
So do you guys have a storefront? Do you have a pink and blue truck? Like what is your shop or what is your, I guess, location? Yeah. Or is it on wheel? Like what is it?
So we kind of have a hybrid. It's interesting. So we have a truck. We serve out of the truck. People order at our truck. It is bright blue with a pink stripe. Kind of hard to miss. But what's unique about us is we do have a permanent spot that we stay at. That we're there Wednesday through Sunday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we even have an outdoor patio seating for people.
Okay.
So some people think it's a storefront because it looks like it. We do rent the side of the building, but it's just outdoor seating. So people come and they order from our truck, and then they get their malasadas from the truck, and then they go and they can sit down in our outdoor seating, and we're right across from Lake Loveland, so you get to enjoy the view of the lake with the mountains to try to help that island feel.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Yeah. It's all about location, right? Exactly. When you're in business, it's all about location.
Yep.
And I think you guys did a phenomenal job. And I imagine with not having like a brick and mortar, but having outside, that the cost is kind of down. Am I right to assume that, or is it kind of the same?
It's still about the same.
Okay.
The difference is like one day we're hoping to move into that building. However, it was a doctor's office before we took it over. And so it's set up like a doctor's office on the inside. So it would need a lot of renovations in order to become a restaurant. Hence why we're just kind of doing the outside thing for now.
Yeah.
But hopefully one day we'll be able to move in and then potentially free up the truck to go to festivals and stuff. If it's not at that location, I'm sure we'll find another location. But for now, it's a really good spot for us because it's right off of 34. So a lot of people driving by can see us, and it's really convenient for people who live close by.
I was going to say, like, based off the location, and so if you guys aren't familiar with Northern Colorado, you haven't been up here, or maybe you're not familiar with Loveland, 34 is like that main street. It just rips right through Loveland to get to the mountains, to get to Estes Park. And so it is a very, very busy street. Think of like your main street, main highway with whatever town, whatever city that you guys are in. And so you guys have been open for, is it about a month? Okay, so you guys have been open. And so talking about location, what has the traffic been like? Not like like the cars zooming by,
right?
But like, what has like the foot traffic like? Are you guys like starting to get pretty well established?
Yeah, so it was actually quicker than I thought it would be. I thought it would be dead for a while to get our name out there and everything. But because Manuel's Malasadas is already so well known in Hawaii, there are so many people that are like ecstatic that we are here because they grew up with it. You know, they have a lot of childhood memories with Manuel's Malasadas. And so they're driving by, and sometimes you'll hear like tires screeching and turning around to come find us because they're like, no way are you guys here. And then the local newspaper, the Herald, they picked us up and we were on the front page, and that was huge for us. So every time someone comes by, they're like, we saw you in the paper. And then 9 News picked us up a couple weeks ago, and that also brought a bunch of people over. So between those 2 news stations and just word of mouth of people like just telling everyone about us, we've had a lot of, because like it's fun. You'll get one person one week, and then they'll come with 2 people the next week. And then those people come with 5 people the next week. And then we have a couple regulars already. They're a lot of fun to see. Like there's like this gym that loves us as well. So like,
gym and like, hey, come work out and then go have a donut. I love it.
Yep. So their group keeps growing every week too, which is a lot of fun. I think it's great. And just people driving by on 34, it does give us a lot of visibility because so many people drive 34 to work, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then we've had a couple days where we've sold out too. So that was cool. Over the weekend. So
the weekend is huge. Yeah.
Yep.
I imagine it's probably going to get that way even more so. So at the time we're recording this, it is about to be spring here. And so a lot of people head up to the mountains. They head up to the lake. Right. And so I'm sure you guys are about to get 2-3 times the amount of traffic.
Absolutely. I have noticed that whenever the weather's nice, that's when everyone shows up because we are an outdoor thing. And when the weather's bad, you know, sometimes we can't even open because it's too cold or too windy or something like that. So nice weather definitely helps us out a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So with you guys having the newspaper, did you guys like reach out, or did the newspaper just like, were they one of those like squealing tires, like, wait a minute, showed up and said, hey, we want to do a story? Like, how did that come about of getting like local news and getting that kind of attention?
I think what happened was I did like a 5-second grand opening video, and I didn't even think it was that good, but I put it out and it got over 10,000 views. And then that's what kind of, I think, alerted everybody that we were there at this new location, because it was right after that I posted that video is when I got the phone call from Biz West. And Biz West is the one that wrote the column about us. And then that's when the Herald picked up that story. And so I think it was a little bit of social media marketing that helped.
Okay.
And then 9 News, maybe they saw, I'm not sure how 9 News picked us up. I think maybe they saw probably the Herald or something like that.
Yeah.
And they picked us up. And then I always ask people, how did you hear about us? And it's always like Facebook or Google or Instagram or the newspaper. So they hear about us all over the place. I had one person from TikTok. That was kind of cool.
That's awesome.
Because I think we have like a whole 12 followers on there. So
hey, it works, right?
So that, I mean, you just never know where people are going to come from. So it's fun.
You know, that is so awesome that you mentioned that. So I know a lot of our listeners right now on this podcast are business owners, and that just kind of helps to go to show, like, get on social media, make videos, let people know what you're talking about. Even if you have 12 followers on TikTok, like, it's okay. Right. You have no idea where they're going to come from. And as long as you are talking to your ideal client, as long as you are saying, hey, here we are, here's what we do, here's how we serve, I mean, it's going to happen for you, you know? And it's not a matter of, should I try Facebook only? Should I try Insta? It's like, try it all. And like you guys, like, you never know what would happen. You do a 5-second bad video, right? I'm sure it wasn't that bad, but like, I mean, you just never know. And then you have 10,000 followers, and it's like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Like, no one expects it until it happens, and then it's like, well, how'd you do it? And it's like, I don't know. I just kind of did the thing here, and now it's like taking off. So you mentioned they're made to order. Yeah. How long do they take? So like when I imagine they walk up, they say, I want this. And then it starts from dough, right? So how long does it take? How long can people expect to, I guess, quote unquote, wait?
Yeah, it really depends on how many people are in front of you too. So if you get there and you're the only one there, we're probably going to get you out of there in about 5-6 minutes. If it's, if there's like 3 people ahead of you and they all ordered 6 or a dozen or something, it might take 15-20 minutes, you know. So it just kind of depends on when you get there, if there's a line, if there's no one there. But if there's no one there, we can usually get them out in about 5-6 minutes. So it's not too bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a lot less time than sitting in Starbucks line right now. I know there's a Dutch Brothers down on 10th Street, but there's one that's here locally. They are always packed. I mean, it is like insane that it will take you like 30 minutes to get a cup of coffee. So I avoid that altogether, but still not bad for a fresh donut. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't coffee where you just quickly get the grounds, pour the cup of coffee, and then it's ready to go. Like, you guys are literally frying it, filling it, all of that stuff right then and there for them. Is there a way for people to order ahead, or is that something that's kind of in the works?
Yeah, there is actually. So now I just set it up like 2 weeks
ago.
All right,
yes.
So yes, you can. So you can go to our website and we have online ordering there. And then we can also do call ahead. So if you call us or text the number that we have listed, like on Google, on our website, you can submit your order through text as well. So call ahead, you can text ahead, or you can go to our website and order ahead.
Okay, awesome. Now I don't know what Hawaii, I've never been to Hawaii, but I do know the northern Colorado, right? We're kind of getting more of that gluten-free, different parts of the country aren't as gluten-free. Right. Is that something that you guys offer? Is that something that's in the works, possibly? Like, what is that situation for those people that are here in northern Colorado that are very conscientious of the food allergy for celiac?
Right. So it's potentially in the works. It's really hard because the recipe's very, very specific. So we're looking into if we can find a gluten-free flour that will be a 1-to-1 to what we use with the regular flour. Okay. So we have been talking to someone and she has some suggestions for us. So it might be in the works, maybe. But we'll see. It's kind of a hard thing to turn into gluten-free. I wish we could, because I used to be gluten-free back in high school. Like, my stomach could not handle gluten at all. And my best friend was also gluten-free for a while. And so I'm like, it's something I want to do.
Yes.
It's just, it's a little complicated.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're working on it. We're trying. So maybe one day, not now. We don't have anything gluten-free right now.
Yeah.
Except for like our coffee. But as for the malasada itself, we haven't figured that out yet.
Okay. So, I mean, that's great that you guys are working on, because I know that is like a massive industry that's starting to kind of blow up, and especially with celiac and stuff kind of being on the rise.
Right.
A lot of people, more and more people are going gluten-free because it is messing with their system. And I know, what kind of flour do you guys use, if you don't mind me asking? Because I know right here in the States, we kind of changed the wheat germ. I only know this because we had someone on our podcast and he was all states organic. And so we talked about like the wheat germ, and it's like a harder shell wheat germ, but like Europe and Asia, they have a softer wheat germ. And the reason why, like back in like the 1940s, right, it like got changed because we were trying to mass produce wheat. We wanted to make sure that it was resilient to droughts. We want to make sure it was resilient to pesticide, like all of that stuff. And so we kind of changed the wheat germ back in like the 1940s.
Right.
And they're kind of wondering, that thinking like, okay, I think that's what's causing the issue. So I was just curious if you happen to know what kind of flour, because there are some people that are gluten-free. They'll go to Asia, they'll go to Europe, and they're like, no, I can eat the bread there and it does not affect me at all.
Yeah, we just use like a standard all-purpose like flour.
Okay.
So I don't think it's like a special kind of flour. But we do use really, like, as far as donut standards go, we use very simple, clean ingredients. It's not a long list of stuff, and it's made fresh every day. So in the grand scheme of things, when you're talking donuts, it's probably the healthiest donut that you're going to get.
All right.
So besides being gluten-free and, you know, doing all of that stuff. But yeah, it's, as far as your standard donut goes, it's pretty healthy.
Okay,
So,
maybe that's why the gym people are going, right? It's like,
could be,
hey,
yeah.
they're working out. We can go here, and it's not as like high calorie, high sugar as like a Krispy Kreme or those Walmart ones. I mean, not to bash like Walmart, but man, those taste fake. You know what I mean? Like those little kitchen sets, and then you see the donut, like it tastes what that smells like. I don't know if you've ever experienced that.
Yep.
But, yeah,
No, I know what you're talking about. and that's the thing, is when they're made fresh, you don't have to put preservatives or anything in there.
Yes.
So there's no chemicals, there's no preservatives, there's none of that crap in there, you know,
Yeah.
because it's made fresh every day.
Yeah.
And we can't keep it because we don't put anything in it. If we try to keep the donuts overnight, or if we try to keep the dough overnight, it just doesn't taste the same. So it has to be made fresh every day. It has to be served fresh every day. And I think that's another thing that makes them really special.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it sounds like you guys have got a great business, a great product. I'm tempted to just try it. So you guys said you're just across from Lake Loveland, right off 34. So if anyone is up in the area, you're down in Loveland, headed to Estes Park, or you're just kind of headed west to the mountains, make sure you stop in. You said it was Wednesday through Sunday.
8 a.m. to 2 p.m. or sell out.
Or sell out.
Sometimes
so get there earlier, because she has sold out on the weekends.
Yes.
And then with just being a month old and you're already selling out a product, I mean, that is a really, really great way to start a business. I know, again, like a lot of people, they start and it's kind of slow, and it's usually the owner. I mean, you are the owner and you're still working in it, but normally it's kind of like they're trying to figure out how to get people in the door, and it's like you didn't really have to think about that much. So that was awesome.
Yeah, we're very blessed by and so thankful for the support that the community has shown us so far, and just to see everyone's smiling faces coming by and how excited they are to get their malasadas. It's just so rewarding, and we love it so much. But yeah, it's usually only the weekends that we've sold out. So like Wednesday and Thursday, you should be good. But yeah, if with it just being our first month and having sold out days, I'm excited to see like where it goes when people like really know that we're there, because we're still new getting the word out. But yeah, I'm excited.
And it's going to be hard. So like, I mean, if you guys go in and they're sold out, just kind of show them some grace, right? Because most businesses, they have years to understand the flow and what kind of traffic they can expect. And it really does. It takes about a year to try to get those metrics for a small business. So if you guys go and they are sold out, just show them some grace, try it again. Don't give up. It's really difficult to try to keep inventory when you have no numbers to go off of, like, oh, last year we had this many orders. We've been increasing by 5%, so we should make this much dough. Right. And so that is my ask of you guys. If you guys go check them out, just make sure you show them some grace, some love, some support. Is there anything that you would like to add that we haven't talked to? Actually, I have one question.
Okay.
You mentioned coffee.
Yes.
And there is Hawaiian coffee in the islands. That I know for sure.
Yep.
Is your coffee Hawaiian or is it Folgers?
It's not Folgers,
okay.
That's for sure. It's not from the island. We do our best to find tropical flavors here.
Okay.
I'd like to bring some type of Kona coffee one day, but like you said, we are figuring everything out still. So right now we still bring in some tropical flavors. We have iced coffee, we have hot coffee, and then we have like different flavors and stuff you can add to it. And but that's all we have right now. So I'm hoping one day, and if there's someone out there watching this that would like to partner with like a Kona coffee or something like that, I would be happy to do that, because we are searching for whether we can support a local business here in Colorado or something like that. I would love to find a specialty coffee.
Yes.
That is on my list of things that I am researching right now. So
okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, good deal. Is there anything that you would like to add?
Ooh, I would say if you guys do come check us out, I would try the caramel. We just came out with the caramel, and I think it's my favorite flavor that we've ever come out with to date. We put like a really yummy caramel drizzle on there, and it is so good.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to, what's tomorrow? Tuesday. You guys aren't open. Dang. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to have to give it a try. Oh my goodness. Yep. I don't know if I can wait that long, but we'll see. So if you guys want to check her out, make sure you look up Hawaiian Donut Company. Yeah. That is on all your social medias and everything, so you guys can find them that way. I'm assuming Google is it, if they type in Google Hawaiian Donut Company, you guys will that location will pop up, correct?
Yes, we are on Yelp, we're on Google, we're on Apple, we're on all the things. So if you just search Hawaiian Donut Company, our location and everything will come up.
Awesome.
Yep.
Sounds good. And so thank you guys so much for checking out this episode. If you found this very helpful, or you want to share this episode with someone, get the word out that there are Hawaiian donuts here in the mainland. Be sure to share this episode with somebody that you know, that you love, that say, hey, you need to go check out this company. And as always, we appreciate you guys being here, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being on.